everyone, welcome back to my channel. So here we are discussing basically previous year question paper, and today we are going to discuss June 2021 पेपर. So जून 2021 का ये पार्ट 1 है, पार्ट 2 एंड पार्ट 3 इसके बाद में आएगा. तो इन दिस चैनल बेसिकली वी डिस्कस पेपर 2 इकोनॉमिक्स एंड हम लोग प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस कर रहे हैं एंड ये जून 2021 का पेपर है. तो चलिए आज का सेशन शुरू करते हैं. सो लेट्स बिगिन. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट इज आवर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो our first question is related to bank rate, right? That is financial economics. So the question is that which of the following is true for bank rate? Bank rate is a direct instrument of credit control. Bank rate is a quantitative instrument. Bank rate is the minimum rate at which the central bank provides credit to financial institutions against securities of the government. Increase in bank rate by central bank would increase money supply, keeping other factors constant. All right. So bank rate, what is bank rate? Bank rate is basically the interest rate at which nation's central bank lends money to domestic banks. Okay. Like in case of India, India's Reserve Bank of India lends money to the domestic banks of India. So if rate of interest, if R is the bank rate, if bank rate increases, then what will happen? If bank rate increases, then cost of borrowing money also increases. Cost of borrowing money also increases. If cost of borrowing money increases, then bank will borrow less money. Hence, bank will borrow less money. Hence, money supply will decrease in the economy. That is, the money in public's hand will be less, right? So listen, there is a negative relationship between the bank rate and the money supply in the economy. If bank rate increases, then cost of borrowing money also increases. Hence bank will realize and bank will have to pay the higher interest rate against the borrowing, right? Hence the bank will borrow less money. Hence the money supply in the economy decreases. So if bank rate increases, then money supply decreases. So there is a negative relationship between them. Okay. So bank rate is a direct instrument of credit control. Yes, this is right. And bank rate is a qualitative instrument. No, this is not qualitative. This is quantitative instrument. Bank rate is the minimum rate at which central bank provides credit to financial institution against securities of the government. No, this is not the minimum rate. This is the rate at which the central bank of the country lends money to the domestic banks. So this is not the minimum rate. So here this is the wrong word, minimum rate. And increase in bank rate by central bank would increase the money supply, keeping other factors constant. No, we have seen here that if rate of interest increases, then money supply decreases. So there is a negative relationship. So this is also not right. Hence option A is the correct answer. Now let's move to the next question. Okay. What is our next question? That there are two statements, assertion and reason, right? And there are options given below. All right. Now assertion is that new capital accumulation is the vehicle of the technical progress. Achha, what is capital accumulation? Capital accumulation means an increase in assets from investment or profits. That is, capital accumulation means our assets are increasing. So new capital accumulation is the vehicle of the technical progress. Yes, definitely. Why? Because technical progress is embodied in new machine. So the assertion is right and reason is also right, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. because the new capital accumulation is a vehicle of the technical progress. Why? Because technical progress is embodied in new machines. So both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Hence option C is correct here. Next question. ऑल राइट, यहाँ पे जो आंसर का एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया हुआ है. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द करेक्ट सीक्वेंस ऑफ द फॉलोइंग? उरुग्वे राउंड, केनेडी राउंड, दोहा राउंड एंड जेनीवा राउंड. ओके, उरुग्वे राउंड हेल्ड इन 1986 to 1993. Kennedy round held in 1964. Doha round held in 2001 and Geneva round held in 1955 to 56. तो अगर हम लोग इसको क्रोनोलॉजी में सजाएंगे तो क्या मिलेगा? क्या क्रोनोलॉजी हम लोग पाएंगे? वो है first of all 1955-56, that is Geneva round, then 1964, that is Kennedy round, then Uruguay round A, then Doha round C. So DBAC, DBAC, option D is correct answer here. Now next, it is our next question. Inequalities in income are measured by which of the following? Okay, inequalities in income. Number one is Lorentz ratio. Of course, Lorentz ratio is a measurement of inequalities in income. Thales index is also right, Palmer ratio is also right, but deprivation ratio is not right. Deprivation ratio is not a measurement of inequalities, is not any instrument for measuring inequalities in income. What is Lorentz ratio or Lorentz curve? Lorentz curve is basically the graphical representation of the distribution of income within a population. If let's say this is equality line, okay, this is 45-degree line, equality line, and this is the inequality line. This is the line, this line represents how far the economy is from the equality line. Equality line से कितने दूर है एक economy. This curve indicates that. Hence, if this area is denoted by A and this area is denoted by B, then Lorentz ratio is basically A by A plus B, and this represents the inequalities in income. And what is Thales index? Thales index is basically an entropic distance the population is away from the ideal egalitarian state. All right, that is एक आइडियल इगलिटेरियन स्टेट का मतलब क्या है? जहाँ सभी लोग समान है, इक्वल है, वो इगलिटेरियन स्टेट है. वो आइडियल इगलिटेरियन स्टेट से कितना डिस्टेंस पे है पॉपुलेशन, ठीक है? So this situation is measured by the Thales index. And what is Palmer ratio? Palmer ratio is basically the share of all income received by 10% people with the highest disposable income divided by 40% people of the lowest disposable income. Okay, next page में इसका जो डेफिनेशन है वो दिया हुआ है. देखिए लोरेंज कर्व क्या है? दिस इज बेसिकली ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ इनकम और वेल्थ विद इन अ पॉपुलेशन, एंड थेल इंडेक्स इज बेसिकली an entropic distance the population is away from the ideal egalitarian state of everyone having the same income, where each and every person have the same income, are same in every aspect. And what is Palmer ratio? Palmer ratio is basically share of all income received by 10% people with the highest disposable income divided by share of all income received by 10% people with the lowest disposable income. And this is Palmer ratio. Hence, the answer is Lorentz curve, Thales index and the Palmer ratio. That is A, B and C. Option D is correct. Option D is correct. Next question क्या है? Next question is Security Exchange Board of India, National Securities Depository Limited, Credit Rating Information Services of India Limited, and Investment Information Service in India. All right. SEBI established in 1992. NSDL, National Security Depository Limited, this was established in 1996. And Credit Rating Information Service of India, CRISIL, it's known as CRISIL, this is 1988. And Investment Information Credit Rating Agency is 1991. Hence the answer is 2 4 3 1 2 4 3 1 2 4 2 4 3 1 2 4 3 1. Option B is correct answer. Next question. The concept of money illusion was first given by whom? The answer is Irving Fisher. What is the definition of money illusion? Money illusion means that people have a tendency to view their wealth and income in nominal dollar terms rather than their real value, right? That is, people do not realize their inflation adjusted income. That is, लोगों को लगता है कि उनका सैलरी इंक्रीज हुआ है, लेकिन उन लोगों ने ये रियलाइज नहीं करता है कि वो बेसिकली जो प्राइस है इन द मार्केट वो भी इंक्रीज हुआ है, ठीक है. That is, they think that their income has also increased, but they do not realize that inflation has also increased. They do not realize that. They think that only the nominal income has increased, and this concept was given by Irving Fisher. Next, what is our next question? General economic equilibrium is not related to which one of the following problem? Okay, now Walras general equilibrium, okay, there are three conditions. Number one, existence condition. Number two, uniqueness condition. That is, equilibrium must be unique. Equilibrium must exist. Equilibrium must be unique. And number three, the equilibrium must be stable. These three are the condition of the Walras general equilibrium. But so here existence, stability, uniqueness are there, but moral hazard is not related to general equilibrium analysis. Moral hazard is related to insurance sector problem or principal agent problem. Alright, so here option B is the correct answer. Now what is our next question? Our next question is, which of the following is not commercial bank? Acha, cooperative bank, private sector bank, and public sector bank and regional rural bank. Cooperative bank is not a commercial bank, but private sector bank, public sector bank and regional rural banks are commercial bank. So option A is correct answer here. Acha, next question. According to Census 2011, which of the following states has the highest share of rural population? According to Census 2011, Himachal Pradesh has the highest share of rural population. ये सेंसस 2011 ये बहुत पुराना डेटा है, लेकिन अभी तक कोई सेंसस नहीं हुआ है आफ्टर 2011. So according to Census 2011, Himachal Pradesh is the right answer here. What is the next question? According to the investment, which of the following statements are correct? According to the accelerator model, इन्वेस्टमेंट डिमांड इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू चेंज इन इनकम. अच्छा, पहले ये तो बता देती हूँ कि एक्सेलरेटर थ्योरी क्या है. एक्सेलरेटर थ्योरी ये है कि द कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट आउटले इज अ फंक्शन ऑफ आउटपुट. कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट आउटले, that is expenditure, is a function of output. Hence इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर कोई कभी भी कोई कंपनी अगर एक्सेस डिमांड को फेस करते हैं तो वो इन्वेस्टमेंट ज़्यादा कर देता है. इन्वेस्टमेंट इंक्रीजेस टू मीट देयर कैपिटल आउटपुट रेशियो. इसके लिए क्या होता है? प्रॉफिट भी इंक्रीज होता है. तो अगर कोई कंपनी एक्सेस डिमांड को फेस करता है तो वो इन्वेस्टमेंट को इंक्रीज कर देता है, okay, to meet their capital output ratio and thereby increasing their profit. Okay, so according to the accelerator theory, investment demand is proportional change in income. Yes, option A is correct. The higher real rate of real interest rate, the higher is the rental cost of capital. जितना interest rate ज़्यादा होगा उतना rental rate of capital rental cost of capital होगा. ये भी सही है. Investment is stock variable? No. Investment is a flow variable. And the real rate of interest is equal to the nominal rate of interest plus inflation rate. We know that according to Fisher's equation, our real rate of interest is equals to nominal rate of interest minus inflation. Real rate of interest equal to nominal rate plus inflation rate plus नहीं ये minus होगा. So option D is also wrong. So A and B is correct. That is option A is correct answer here. तो हमारा next question क्या है? As output expands, long run average curve falls. This is due to diseconomies of scale, law of diminishing returns, law of variable proportion, economies of scale. अगर हम लोग लॉन्ग रन एवरेज कॉस्ट कर्व को देखेंगे तो अगर इस here is output, okay, output Q, and if we plot costs in horizontal in vertical axis, then long run average cost curve looks like this U-shape. Long run average cost curve. In the first phase of long run average cost curve, that is in this region, we can see that if we increase our quantity, that is, let's say that this is our Q1 and according to this Q1 our cost is C1, and for this Q2 according to this Q2 our cost is C2. Alright, so if quantity increases then cost is also cost declines. That is, अगर हम लोगों को आउटपुट बढ़ाना है तो कॉस्ट डिक्लाइन करता है. तो ये अच्छी बात है कि हम लोगों का आउटपुट ज़्यादा हो रहा है लेकिन कॉस्ट घट रहा है. तो यही केस पे क्या काम करता है, ये है फॉर इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल. यहाँ पे हम लोगों का इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल है, इसीलिए हम लोगों का आउटपुट तो बढ़ रहा है लेकिन कॉस्ट घट रहा है. बट this point exhibits the constant returns to scale, and after this point, that is beyond this point, we can see that if we increase our quantity our cost increases. That is, let's say for Q3 cost is C3, but for Q4 cost is C4. That is, we can see that if quantity increases then cost also increases. So ये अच्छी बात नहीं है, and this is not good for economy. So this is due to diseconomies of scale, DEOS, diseconomies of scale, and this point exhibits constant returns to scale. Hence long run average cost curve का तीन phase है: economies of scale, constant returns to scale, and diseconomies of scale. And as output expands, LAC curve falls. This is due to economies of scale. So hence option B is correct answer. Next, what is our next question? ये है regarding OLS assumption. That statement 1 is that one of the assumptions under OLS method states that regression model is linear in parameter, but though it may or may not be linear in variables. Yes, this is correct. A regression model is linear in parameter, but it may or may not be linear in variable. This assumption is one of the assumption of OLS method. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is the variance of the error term or disturbance term, that is expectation of U. We know that expectation of U is constant sigma square. Term is not the same regardless of the value of the explanatory variable under OLS. This is wrong. Why? Because we know that under OLS assumptions the variance of the error term is sigma square and this is constant. Constant means what? That this is same regardless of the value of the explanatory variable. So statement 1 is wrong. So statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is wrong. Sorry. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. That is option C is correct answer here. Okay. So what are the other assumptions of OLS model? So ordinary least square का और भी कुछ assumptions है. Like number 1, the linear regression model is linear in parameters. There is a random sampling of observations and the conditional mean, that is expectation of x. Mean मतलब क्या है? Expectation. So expectation of x is 0. There is no multi-collinearity or perfect collinearity. That is covariance of x, y, that is dependent and independent variable का जो covariance है वो है 0. That is there is no covariance. And variance of u, variance of ui, that is variance of the error term, is equals to constant sigma square. There is homoscedasticity and no autocorrelation. Yes, this is an error term should be normally distributed. So in this question, answer C is correct, that is statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Now let's move to the next question. Now our next question is that the independence of real variables from changes in the money supply and nominal variables is called classical dichotomy. And classical dichotomy was given by Patinkin. Classical dichotomy was given by Patinkin in 1965. And the definition of classical dichotomy is this: the independence of the real variables from changes in the money supply and the nominal variable. So it refers to the idea that real variables like what? Employment, output, these real variables are independent of the monetary terms like monetary variables like money supply. Okay, this is basically the classical dichotomy, that is real variables are independent of the monetary variables. There is no relationship between them. So, and this classical dichotomy was given by Patinkin in 1965. Okay, please remember this thing. Now let's move to the next question. Okay, hence answer A is correct here. Next question is, identify which of the following statements is with respect to linear programming problem is correct. Okay, LPP. A solution is unbounded in an LPP if all the feasible solutions of the problem fall within the boundary created by its constraint. No. If A is primal problem and B is its dual, then dual B is not A. No, this is not right. Because dual B is A. If A is a primal problem of B, then B is its dual, then dual of B is A. यहाँ पे not लिखा है, so this option is not right. If an LPP has two optimum solutions, then it has also infinite number of optimum solutions. Yes, this is correct. So option C is correct. Next क्या है? D. The constant of LPP in standard form is always expressed in the less than and equal to form. No. Here is the key term always. Always is not right. Okay, so you also remember some terms like only, always. ये सोचने वाली टर्म है कि always ये क्या एक्सप्रेस करता है? नहीं, sometimes. ठीक है, so here option C is correct answer. C. Now let's move to the next question, that is 16. Convex function input output analysis, linear programming, marginal propensity to consume, that is MPC. All right, so convex function इधर है basic variable, use of derivative, Hawkins-Simon, demand curve. Convex function is demand curve. Input output analysis is Hawkins-Simon, that is 4 then 3 4 then 3. Linear programming is basically basic variables 1, and marginal propensity to save is use of derivative, that is 2. So 4 3 1 2 4 3 1 2 4 4 3 1 2, option D is correct answer. Now let's move to the next question. ओके ये जो टैक्स का जो क्रोनोलॉजी है ना, ये बहुत 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 इंपॉर्टेंट है. टैक्स का क्रोनोलॉजी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये सभी पेपर पे आता है. ठीक है, तो सर्विस टैक्स कब आया था? 1994 पे आया था सर्विस टैक्स. इनकम टैक्स आया था 1860 पे आया था. इनकम टैक्स सबसे पहले आया था, ये बहुत पुराना टैक्स है इनकम टैक्स. बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शन टैक्स ये आया था 2005. गिफ्ट टैक्स ये आया था 1958. जीएसटी आया था 2017 पे, ये तो नया है. तो क्रोनोलॉजी पे अगर सजाए तो सबसे पहला कितना है? इनकम टैक्स, ये तो बहुत पुराना है. देन गिफ्ट टैक्स, देन सर्विस टैक्स, उसके बाद है बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शन टैक्स 2005, then GST 2011. So BDACE, BDAC, option C. Option C is correct answer here. Now let's move to the next question. Assuming the probability of male birth as 0.5, first the chance that a family of 3 children will have 2 boys and 1 girl. Okay, now let's discuss this. Assuming the probability of male birth, that is probability of male birth is equals to 0.5. Find the chances that a family of 3 children will have 2 boys and 1 girl. What is the probability that in a family there will be 2 boys and 1 girl? All right. So, what is the total number of ways, total number of event we can say, or the total number of ways there can be 3 children? What are the total number of ways we can arrange? Okay, we can arrange the 3 children, like there can be 3 boys, 2 boys and 1 girls, like boys, boys, girls, then boys, girls, boys, then girls, boys, boys, then 2 girls and 1 boy, like girls, girls, boys, girls, boys, girls, then boys, girls, girls, and 3 girls, like girls, girls, and girls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total number of event is equals to 8. And what is the total number of favorable event? Total number of favorable event, this is equals to 2 boy and 1 girl, 2 boy 1 girl, 2 boy 1 girl, 2 boy 1 girl, so 3. So hence probability is equals to, we all know that number of favorable event divided by the total number of event, that is 3 by 8. Hence the answer is option C, 3 by 8. Now let's move to the next question. Adam Smith, Rosensteinrodden, W. Rostow, Karl Marx. Okay, Adam Smith is related to division of labor, Rosensteinrodden theory of big push, W. Rostow ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी. क्यों? क्योंकि रोस्टोज का ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी का जो स्टेप्स है, स्टेजेस ऑफ ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी ऑफ W. Rostow, and Karl Marx is related to reserved army of labor. Hence the option is 4 1 2 3. 4 1 2 3, 4 1 2 3. Option D is correct answer here. Now let's move to the next question, that is menu cost, quantitative easing, pump priming, trade-off between inflation and unemployment. Menu cost is related to monetary policy, inflation. Menu cost is related to inflation. Quantitative easing is monetary policy, pump priming is fiscal policy, and trade-off between inflation and unemployment known as Philip curve, right? So here answer is 2, quantitative easing 1, pump priming 4, and in Phillips curve 3. 2 1 4 3, 2 1 4 3. So option B is correct answer here. Next question, the incidence of which of the following will entirely be on the monopolist. ठीक है, अगर लमसम टैक्स कोई इम्पोज करता है, लमसम टैक्स, दिस बिकम्स द फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट, this becomes a fixed cost. If any tax becomes a fixed cost of the monopoly, then monopoly cannot increase price. Hence the entire burden will be beared by monopoly. That is, अगर लमसम टैक्स को इम्पोज करता है तो लमसम टैक्स बिकम्स द पार्ट ऑफ द फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट. अगर फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट हो जाता है तो वो प्राइस नहीं इंक्रीज कर सकता, एंड कंज्यूमर के ऊपर प्राइस इंक्रीज करके कंज्यूमर के ऊपर कोई बर्डन नहीं डाल सकता मोनोपोली. लेकिन अगर कुछ और टैक्स होता है, लाइक स्पेसिफिक टैक्स और एड वैलोरम टैक्स, दिस बिकम्स अ वेरिएबल कॉस्ट ऑफ द मोनोपोली. Hence, then monopoly increases their prices, and rise in price will imply that the entire burden will be beared by the consumer. Hence the consumer will bear the tax, right? So here the answer is lump sum tax, not the specific tax or other taxes. So here option A is the correct answer. Okay, this was the last question for today's session, and we will meet with part 2 in our next session. Tab tak ke liye bye bye, and please like, share and subscribe. And our Telegram channel का जो नाम है वो है Rimlokonomics. Please join there. These PDFs will be provided there. Okay, bye bye. Thank you for watching this video.